honestly just worked on a documentary called Discovering the Beating Path, which it involves me and one other. I'm a cancer survivor, and same with my buddy, and we embarked on a journey across the West to show that there's a beautiful life after cancer treatment. So, and with that said, since it was an independent film, we had to raise money the whole time.
Okay.
So we never got a sponsor for it, which was a little bit of a bummer. So.
Okay. Well, tell me about there's this the crowdfunding and crowdsourcing is a bit of a new animal for people. So tell me about your experience fundraising.
I'll break it down, but pretty much do everything and anything.
Indiegogo.
Yeah,
all right.
Indiegogo,
So you raised $900 on that.
Yeah, I think it was like $800 or $900. It was less than $1,000. That's all I know.
Okay. Now, did the funding come from mostly your friends and family? How did you, what was the first dollar you raised? What was the first donation?
The first $10, I can tell you exactly who it was from. First $10 that we raised was from my older brother's girlfriend's best friend. She caught wind and she was like within the first hour, she was like, she donated $10 and then messaged me saying, hey, I just caught wind of what you're doing, just saw the web series, because, I started the web series to launch the whole idea, and she was like, all for it.
6 months.
Yeah.
To kind of just promote before you started your Indiegogo page?
It took 6 months for me to figure out what I wanted, and then I
You mean like a business plan?
Yeah, pretty much a business plan, me proposing it to people, and most of it was negative feedback, and like, you can't do that, blah, 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 and it tore me apart, and I tried putting the idea down, and it just kept on coming to my dreams, and it was just okay, let's just try. And then from there on out, I just ignored what anyone said unless they actually had criticism. If they're like, oh, that you can't do that, why can't I do that? So it was the first 6 months was battling through all of my thoughts, and then it came up to around Christmas time whenever. I was being told by everyone, that's a stupid idea, you can't do that. Organizations weren't helping me out, weren't giving me any cancer survivors, nothing. And then that's when I came up with the idea to do the web series. And we did the web series for a couple months. We have just 3 webisodes, which we plan on picking it back up. But then that's when everything started coming in fast. That's when we switched the web series straight over to the promoting the documentary. And that's when everything just started happening, where it's I didn't have time to film the web series anymore, and that's when things just started going.
So what percentage would you say came from the people that you didn't know?
Out of we raised close to $3,500. Out of that much, I would say probably say 3,000 of it. I didn't know.
Really?
Well, the thing is, my buddy, he got his church behind us, and which we presented in front of the church. I didn't know anyone at the church. I don't even go to church, and so we went there, presented. We raised a lot of money. They were very, very helpful. They helped out big time. And then his dad was also the Boy Scout leader, and he hooked us up with. Long story short, we had a fundraiser. Car wash / hot dog stand at a fire department during the garage sale day, and that was just from people we didn't even know. Maybe we saw here and there who just wanted to buy a hot dog. Oh, what are you doing now, Evan? And so pretty much I would say most of it came from people we didn't even know.
Okay. So tell me about the $900 that came from Indiegogo.
So the $900 that came from Indiegogo, that that just came from random people that we just kept on promoting the page. We did everything. At the very beginning, I contacted these guys off YouTube. At the time, they were only maybe getting 2,000 views a day. And then now they're getting up to 10,000 views. They're insane now, but every time I wanted to get promoted, or if we made a little promo video, I'd be like, hey guys, can you make a shout out for us? And they've made out countless shout outs to our thing. We're hey, let's help raise some money for, my buddy Grim, blah, blah, blah. And on Facebook, I'm Grim, just so no one finds me. But yeah, it was just I don't know, networking, just telling absolutely everybody. And every single site that I could post stuff on, I
So,
would do it.
if you would, let's say,
Yeah.
someone that's just starting out trying to raise money for their independent film, what would you say would be probably the best technique that you've used so far to use first?
Well, depending on how much time you have, man, depending on, well, see, you could take the route that I did and start trying to contact organizations and like people. It's probably smaller organizations you should contact because they're more apt to listen to you and help you out. That's what helped me out. Contact organizations, whether what cause it's for. It doesn't have to be for cancer. And then, if you're getting a lot of negative feedback, but it's a good idea, give them a sampler. Like give them a trailer, give them a short film of it. Whether it's a documentary, whether it's like a full feature, give them some type of taste, something they can understand where you're coming from. Because the problem with being a college student, no one understands who you are. No one it's understandable. It's like, okay, this kid's asking for some help. Where's his work? Why should I help him? So, give them a reason for that. And then also, make sure you're on top of the Facebook page. Get a Tumblr, get a Twitter. But then have a plan for each of them. Like, for example, like on Twitter, when we were on the road, like I know this is different, like other documentaries or for a short film. But on the road, we would, the people who we would run into, we would ask them, what's your favorite quote? And then we put them on Twitter. We put their first name and what state they're in. And so it would be their quote. And so, like, that got the viewers involved as well. But, like, instead of just getting a Twitter and tweet maybe once a week, like, have a conscious, like, what you're going to, tweet. Whether if you're on set, you can start asking people what their favorite quotes are or what their favorite thing that they did that day and then put it up. I don't know. You can do anything with Twitter like that. And just make sure you have it easy access. And if anyone talks to you, anyone leaves you a comment back. If they say, like, say you reach your first 100 likes, and they go, oh, good job, blah, 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 then you type back in on that comment saying, say Sandy says, good job. You type back, thank you, Sandy. Acknowledge them, because that's a thing that I feel like is, whenever you're trying to support a group off, like Facebook or whatever, and you, like, say, thanks, or, good job, whatever, and they never acknowledge you, it's just like, walking into a room and no one acknowledging you.
You say hi and nobody says hi.
Yeah, you say hi and no one says, and it's just like that for the internet, which I'm just so trying to, like, break that, because, for the internet, it's just kind of weird to think that it's, like, that social,